Hey guys, just got done watching the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. Alright, so the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie came out in 2014, so basically 2 years after the first movie. One time is 2 hours and 21 minutes. Okay, and this is the last we see of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man before we see his triumphant return with Tobey in No Way Home. But basically, this is the Amazing Spider-Man franchise version of the third installment to the Sam Raimi movie to TASM here, because TASM 2 is overstuffed just like how Tobey's third movie was, because there's so many plot holes in this film. There are only some things the movie does answer for specific reasons, the only story that it completely follows through to the end is the death of Gwen Stacy. So we see Peter Free loses the love of his life. Also, if you look at the costume here, it's completely different from TASM 1. There is a prequel comic book that explains why changed the suit, actually. Because apparently the TASM 1 suit got damaged during while Peter was out doing his normal patrol trying to stop some bad guys. His TASM 1 suit got torn to shreds. So he talks to Gwen on the phone to make this. And actually, quick shout out to my YouTuber friend, Who Are You with 3 question marks. He pointed this out to me. If you look closely at the Max lenses on here, this is basically the original Ultimate Spider-Man costume in live action. The only difference is the logos. Because if you look at closely at his eye lenses, they look like Ultimate Spider-Mans. And I mean 1610 Ultimate Spider-Man, not 6160. So basically, TASM 2 brings the Ultimate Spider-Man character to live action, if you think about it. Also, the movie does open up with another flashback that Peter's family was his parents, especially the plane crash. And then this movie has a lot more action into it compared to the first one. Like, it starts off with him stopping a robbery in progress. And they even use more slow motion caption to show him swinging through the city, and it's even cooler. Like, even sounds like his spider sense is alerting him where the danger is so he can head towards it, which is awesome. Also, he's a lot more talkative in this movie. Like, you hear him make funny quips, stuff like that, like the iconic thing that Spider-Man does. Oh, another thing. In this movie, Peter and Gwen are now officially going to try to get college, or get into college, because the movie actually starts off with them graduating from high school. So we only have one movie where he's in high school, and the second one he's now up to college. Peter also has a job with the Derry Bugle because he's saying a picture to J. Jonah Jameson. We do see Norman Osborn in here, and that fucker's dead. Because he has a generic disease and he looked like a hideous shit-faced monster. We also get our introduction to Harry Osborn in this reality, which, if I'm being honest, I dislike this version of Green Goblin's design, and also Harry here. He's just a whiny bitch. We also got Jamie Foxx as Electro, who looks like the ultimate version where his entire body is literally made of electricity. Plus, he's also blue. That's only for Ultimate Spider-Man's version of Electro. Comic book version, I don't mean the crappy cartoon version. Which, now that I think about it, that cartoon was still airing while this movie was being made. So technically, Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series kind of fills in the gap of the Spider-Man stuff before we got TASM 2. Here. There's also some scenes in the movie where Peter sees Captain George Stacy, looking at him like, you promised me to keep Gwen safe, and you're doing the opposite of that. So, throughout the movie, Peter's still trying to debate if he should be, or, not debate, thinking, should he still be with Gwen, or maybe they should break up so he is keeping his promise to her dad, but also keeping her safe. This movie is mostly like a fucking roller coaster at this point. But the first fight with Spider-Man and Electro in Times Square, fucking beautiful. Plus, it shows how Spider-Man adapts into a situation. Like, his web shooters, one of them gets destroyed, and he adapted with the one he had left. This is why Spider-Man is a unique character, or not just character, a superhero to everybody else. He adapts to the situations he is in. Which you have to admit, that's a unique trick for someone who made this stuff from what he had available at his home. And I actually find it funny that at the end of the first fight, he uses a fire hose, and he even teams up with the firemen. Like, they even give him a high five after he puts his hand up. Like, I just like that detail so much, but that shows he's being in a friendly neighborhood. Actually, that's another thing. It even shows some montage of him doing daily stuff to the city, like, stopping normal crimes here and there, saving lives, like the friendly neighborhood superhero would. Which I like that. I like that a lot. And like I said, the web swinging in here, you see him more acrobatic than you did in the first film. Plus, also, you don't just see it at nighttime, like, you do see it in the day. Actually, that's another thing I want to point out in TASM 1. In the first movie, we only see him swing through the city in that first suit at night, but with this costume, it's throughout day, night, sunset, sunrise, whatever. Let's see. Actually, it's also the version of Electro in here. It kind of gives me the creeps, especially when he was Max Dillon, because, well, like a big Spider-Man fan, like, and it's somewhat stalkerish type of vibe, which is kind of weird. There are deleted scenes in this movie. Actually, hang on one sec. Let me grab my Blu-ray copy. Right here, the Blu-ray version of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you get this movie on regular DVD, you only get 4 deleted scenes, but if you get the Blu-ray version, it comes with 9 deleted ones, including the one where Peter's dad is actually alive, and he decides to pay Peter a visit while at Gwen's funeral. Speaking of which, when Gwen died in this movie, it really broke Peter. Like, he stopped being Spider-Man active for 5 months. So, if I had to say what storylines this movie we stayed true to, it was the death of Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man No More. I mean, Peter took a 5-month period break of being Spider-Man, which is insane. I will say though, the chemistry with Andrew and Emma in this movie is even like more like believable in this movie, because I think during the making of the second one they were now officially a couple. I think, because I think it was during the making of the first one they started dating. I'm just guessing here. Feel free to point something out in the comments if you guys like this and the TASM 1 movie. Also, Emma Stone, while being Gwen, she even wears the iconic outfit she wears during the Death of the Gwen Stacy storyline. And the outfit looks amazing, like a recreation from the comics. But, yeah. I will also... They were kind of setting up a Sinister Six in this universe, but of course they fucked it up by firing Andrew Garfield, because originally Sony had a panel planned to tease for the third installment to this franchise, but Andrew Garfield could not attend because he was not feeling well. And what does Sony do? You fuckers decide to fucking fire him for no reason. And he said he couldn't do it because he was sick. Which I gotta admit, that's unfair to fire him, because what the fuck? I'd rather have him there to be healthy instead of being sick. I mean, that's just fucking stupid of you, Sony. Fuck you. Let's see. Also, hey motherfuckers, how about give us the goddamn fucking Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, motherfuckers? We've been waiting for almost a fucking couple of months now. Where the fuck is it? Oh yeah, after I'm done watching the movie, it even showed these for some reason, which I do not know why. Let's see. Plus, also, the movie ends with Peter having a fight with the Rhino after his triumphant return as Spider-Man. So, yeah, if I had to say, what do I rank the movie in? I'll give it 5.5 out of 10. Like I said, the movie has too many plot holes into it. Plus, also, there's one thing that annoys me. They did fill the scene of Peter Free not pulling his punches against Green Goblin, but they decided to fucking cut it. The only way you can somewhat see it is through like set photos you can find on the internet. Which I'm like, actually, you know what? This is what Sony should do because they always fucking re-release these movies on a combo pack, and they'll probably do it with all three Tobey's movies, Andrew's films, Tom's first set of trilogy, and probably the third with the Spider-Verse trilogy. I'm suggesting they should do a editor cut version of TASM 1 and 2. Like, basically put some of the deleted scenes that were actually good in the movies. Like, put them in the film. Would it make it a bit more longer than they originally are? Yes, but it might make the movie a bit more... Like, people say, you know what? I could tolerate this more compared to the original version. But, yeah, my ranking for this film... yeah, 5.5 out of 10. Because again, too many fucking things are happening in this movie, right? They over fucking stuffed the turkey on this one. Alright, so that was the TASM movies. So the only ones I have left are Tom Holland's Spider-Man MCU Home Trilogy, and then I got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse short film, and then Across the Spider-Verse movies. I will do a review on Beyond when we get to it when it comes out next year. And I will be doing a review on Spider-Noir when that comes out in May. Along with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1 and Season 2. Because we'll get Season 3 the same year as Beyond the Spider-Verse. And hopefully the third installment to Marvel's Spider-Man 3. Then again, if Sony doesn't fuck it up here. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about TASM 2. If you guys like that movie, good for you. If you don't, I don't blame you. But anyway, feel free to comment what you guys think of the film. Your opinions are noted, or whatever your opinions are. But, yeah. I will give it that much of a low rating compared to the other stuff I have reviewed so far. So stay tuned when I do the rest of this movie franchise along with some TV shows. Peace.